Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here. It's always a good time for Star Wars, as this right here probably dictates. And like I said, I'm going to try to get the 4K discs of all of the Star Wars movies. And today, we're reviewing the second released film in the series, which originally came out in 1980, that being The Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Nice cover art there featuring our heroes and villains. There's our spine text, back cover. We even had digital code for the film, and then there's an ad for the Movies Anywhere service on the back. Like with the A New Hope package, this one does feature 3 discs. First of all, we have a Blu-ray disc of the film, which has our heroes standing together looking over a nebula. We then get the 4K Ultra High Def release of the film. And then we get a disc of supplements. Discover the conflict between good and evil. The rebels scatter after the Empire attacks their base on the ice planet Hoth. Han Solo and Princess Leia are pursued by Imperials while Luke trains with Jedi Master Yoda. When Luke battles Darth Vader, he learns the shocking truth of his past. Witness this epic and amazing 4K Ultra High Def. When it comes to the Star Wars series, when you talk to any fan of the franchise, The Empire Strikes Back is legendary. This is the one that pretty much tops all of the best film in the series lists, and rightfully so. This one was the first to feature screenwriting contributions from Lawrence Kasdan, who would also work with George Lucas on Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first film in the Indiana Jones series, and his writing immediately elevates this film over its predecessor. Lucas himself, while a great idea guy and producer, is not exactly a great director and screenwriter, so the help from Kasdan certainly comes in handy here. The film was directed by Irvin Kershner, who was actually one of Lucas's professors at film school, who initially did not want to direct the film, but ironically did take the job, and now it's revered as pretty much the best Star Wars movie ever made. And of course, most of the principal cast returns. Luke Skywalker, this time around, after the Battle of Hoth, finds himself on Dagobah, where he first meets the Jedi Master Yoda, this being the film where Yoda made his first appearance, training and having to make some difficult decisions, and of course, eventually having to face Darth Vader. And then you have Han, Leia, C-3PO on the run from the Empire and the dilapidated Millennium Falcon, being pursued not only by Imperial agents but also ruthless bounty hunters, trying to reach a rendezvous point where they can meet up with their fellow rebels. This is also the movie that introduced the bounty hunter Boba Fett, although he had previously appeared in the animated portion of the Star Wars Holiday Special, and it was the film that introduced the world to Lando Calrissian, portrayed by Billy D. Williams, another fan-favorite character. It was also the movie that gave us our first glimpse at Darth Vader's master, Emperor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, even though he's only seen in a hologram in this particular film. It's an interesting movie because it takes a very different approach from its predecessor. Whereas the predecessor film, A New Hope, built up to a big battle at the end, this time around, you get the big battle at the beginning of the movie, and most of the rest of the movie is character development and the like. Separating the cast, in this case, actually works to the film's advantage. And of course, the lightsaber battle between Luke and Darth Vader in the bowels of Bespin beneath Cloud City is certainly one of the all-time great Star Wars moments, and of course gives us one of the greatest plot twists in cinema history. I'm not going to reveal it here for people that haven't seen the movie, but it's been pretty much spoiled by popular culture over the past 40 years or so, to the point that I don't know that it's really a spoiler anymore. Either way, just in case there are people watching this that haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it here. And of course, no discussion of The Empire Strikes Back is complete without mentioning the gorgeous musical score from John Williams. The movie wouldn't be the same without it. This movie introduced some of the best themes in the series, including the Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme. The Empire Strikes Back is my all-time favorite Star Wars movie. It's certainly one of the greatest films ever made. When it comes to the Star Wars saga, you absolutely positively cannot do better than this one. Now, unfortunately, the Star Wars movies on 4K have had very mixed receptions. The classic trilogy movies have all clearly had some degree of processing and noise reduction added. I've heard rumors that this is because they were trying to prepare masters that were going to be used for 3D theatrical releases. I don't know how true that is. And sadly, it's kind of the same deal with Empire. This probably is the best looking of the 3 classic trilogy films because there's a lot of scenes where the HDR really gets to show off, including darker scenes in places like Bespin, the swamps of Dagobah, and of course, outer space. So it's not a terrible looking disc, but I really do want to see something eventually that's a little more filmic and natural looking. And as with A New Hope, this has all of the changes that have been made by George Lucas and company over the years, so it's not the exact theatrical cut. Empire probably had the fewest changes made of any of the classic trilogy films. Namely, we get some additional footage of the Wampa ice creature early in the film. We do get a partially re-recorded scene of Darth Vader talking to the Emperor, re-recorded with Ian McDiarmid portraying the character who started portraying him in Return of the Jedi. Originally, the character was actually portrayed by a woman in a mask with chimpanzee eyes superimposed over it, voiced by Clive Revill. Fortunately, in this particular film, the changes don't really impact the film negatively in any way. And as far as bonus features go, we do get an entire disc worth of them. There's a ton of archival bonus features here, including some rare deleted scenes, which are quite interesting to watch, some interviews with cast and crews, looks at some models and CG builds of some of the elements from the films. So it's good to see that they didn't skimp on the bonus features with these releases. I will say this though, if you already have Disney Plus, you can watch the film on there, and the version on there actually has Dolby Vision, which the individual releases lack, so that is something to keep in mind. If you don't have Disney Plus, but you do have a 4K player, you might want to get this. Just be warned that, again, there is a lot of processing on here, and it's not going to be demo material for your home theater, though it certainly is the best Star Wars film, and it's certainly worth owning for that reason. How about you? Are you a Star Wars fan? Would you rank Empire Strikes Back at the top of the list? If not, what film would you put at the top? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you listen to like if you found it helpful. I'm Timothy Carlson. I'll see you next time.